April 25th, the Washington Hilton. Shots fired at the White House Correspondents' Dinner. Secret Service moves on the president in seconds. One officer takes a round to the vest. The shooter, Cole Allen, 31 years old, school teacher from Torrance, California. He gets dropped at the security checkpoint. That's open and shut. Lone wolf, American kid with a manifesto. Move along. Or was it? Day 57 of this war with Iran, and I want you to ask yourself a question the legacy media isn't going to ask tonight. Are we surprised they're not asking? Of course not. Anderson Cooper's already moved on to the King Charles state visit. But here's the question. In a threat environment this hot, the IRGC convicted plot to kill this president sitting in a federal courtroom 6 weeks ago. Iran's number 2 posting threats on X about costs. Hezbollah killing peacekeepers in Lebanon. Dual blockade choking Tehran to $500 million a day. In that environment, a guy with a manifesto charges a security checkpoint 20 feet from the president. Is that a coincidence? Maybe. Maybe Cole Allen woke up in Torrance, California on his own, decided today was the day, jumped on a train across the country, smuggled all of these things in there, booked a room at that hotel days in advance, and got there exactly when the Iranian regime needs Donald Trump gone. They need him gone right now more than any moment since Soleimani went to Allah. Or maybe, just maybe, there's a question worth asking about who funds, who inspires, who activates people like Cole Allen when the regime in Tehran is bleeding out and looking for a Hail Mary. I'm not going to answer that question for you tonight because the FBI hasn't answered it yet. Kash Patel's team is going through Allen's writings, his finances. Apparently, we've got a manifesto, his contacts, his digital footprint. Right now, I'm recording this. But 20 years in the submarine service taught me one thing. When a foreign intelligence service has an active, documented, federally convicted plot against a head of state, every coincidence inside that threat window gets investigated. Every one. So tonight we're going to walk through Tehran's hit list, the plots we know about, the threats hiding in plain sight, the chain legacy media won't connect. And by the end of this video, you decide coincidence or something else. Let's get right into it. First up, this article is coming out of the Iran Times. And this is the latest update where we see President Trump saying on the heels of this attempt, the United States will be victorious. He says that within just a few days, we expect the conflict to end. He's got information, or he's alluded to the fact that Iran has reached out to the White House to come to some kind of agreement. The Iran foreign minister returned to Islamabad on Sunday without a deal because the president did not send some of his cabinet vice president to go to Islamabad. 15-hour flight with no real repercussions, no real ramifications. So on the heel of this deal being canceled, then we get into this. And this is a lot of the archived tweets from a Mr. Cole Allen. He predicted Kamala wins all the swing states. He compared Trump's wins to, World War II Germany. And he moved over to Blue Sky, the bastion of freedom for free speech. The scary part, he retweeted every mainstream Democrat on this platform. What radicalized him were the same talking points repeated every day on the left. And that's where we're at right now. We've got all of these talking points. We've got all of these, I would say, hate merchants on the left that are just spreading everything. We've got Midas Touch. Of course, we've got Kamala Harris. We've got them all. They're all in one place, right over there on Blue Sky. This guy's retweeting AOC, JB Pritzker, Senator Warren, the White House. Now, are you starting to see any level of coincidence with this? I don't believe in coincidences at all. More information is coming out now as well. This is out of a liberal newspaper. The Wall Street Journal is reporting that Iran has 11 tons of uranium, enough for 100 nuclear weapons. The big holdup or the big deal breaker right now with the ceasefire, with coming to some level of agreement to stop this blockade, here are the core commands from the President Trump to Iran. Number one, give up nuclear, hand over enrichment. Number two, open the Strait of Hormuz to everyone, no tolls for certain countries. In the Hezbollah support in Lebanon. 2 and 3 are probably negotiable. Deadlock is set at number 1. Iran cannot get past this. And that's why I believe that it made more sense for the president to be targeted at this White House Correspondents' Dinner. Got information here. This is updated as of today. This is the carrier tracker. You see here the USS Abraham Lincoln, the George Bush, the Gerald Ford. We've got an LHA in that area, the Middle East. These are all warships from the United States with heavy, heavy payloads of planes. You've got this barrier right here. The USS Abraham Lincoln is 200 miles off of the Iranian coast. Hopefully that will protect them, stay out of range of these mosquito boats. 200 miles is a matter of minutes, less than a minute probably, for some of these FA-18s, these Strike Eagles, other aircraft that are on these planes to get within range. But that is the real blockade, not the blockade back up here by the Strait of Hormuz, by this island. The real blockade is here, the Gulf of Oman. Nothing gets out, nothing gets in without approval from the United States. Here's another image here that shows you where they are at. You've got the Tripoli with the Marine Mew there, and they're not allowing anyone through. And by not allowing anyone through the strait, Iran's economy is collapsing around them. They are days, I would say hours away of running out of room to store any oil. With that happening, they will have to cap those wells. There's been no ceasefire meeting planned. The U.S. naval blockade is still in full effect. 3 more oil tankers have been seized by the United States Navy. The Iranian attacks on these other military sealift commands and other tankers is only increasing the pressure on Iran. The Iranian proxy is going to continue to lie. They're going to continue to try and force the president's hand. I don't think the president is at the... I think with the latest attempt on his life, his wife sitting right next to him, this could be very, very interesting really quickly. You got more information now coming out from the UK MTO talking about the mariners, the ships that are being targeted in that area. The latest one happened today. It's off the coast of Somalia, 6 miles northeast off the coast of Somalia. It's been reported unauthorized persons have taken control of a cargo vessel. This could very well be another Captain Phillips situation, which is odd because I had dinner last night with one of the SEAL Team 6 members that was on that operation and was talking to him about that. He fully expected, and my source within that circle said that we're going to see more of this. We're going to see the Somalians do some of the heavy lifting for the Iranian regime, their proxies. We're going to see who's really funding Iran. And this is right now a live hijacking of a ship. I think things are going to get worse. I think we're going to see more of these movements, more of these attacks by these proxies. I don't know how the president's going to handle it. The 60-day time frame for him is running out. I think on Thursday, the 28th or 29th of April is when that 60-day time frame expires. I don't think any other president has ever followed that guidance. I know President Obama did not. I think he dropped his first drone strike about 3 days into his presidency with 0 war powers from Congress. And I don't know if this president needs it either. I'd love for you to follow me right down here below at Navy Vet on X. Stay updated on all of this. Leave a comment down below. Do you think that this gentleman, Cole Allen, acted alone, lone wolf? Is he a paid proxy from the Iranian regime? Are we going to see more of these sleeper cells starting to wake up here in the United States? I would say be prepared. I do think that the news media is going to try to latch on to this victim mentality because it was at the correspondence dinner. We all know the news media was not the target. That's a lie. That is misinformation. They are trying to dissuade you from the real topic. Smash the like and subscribe button. I'll see you in the next one.